how do you say being out of step, out of touch, and completely not being able to read the Democratic room in California or the Democratic base nationally? Nancy Pelosi, yes, she's out of touch and out of step. 2 days ago on TV, she says that the protesters calling for ceasefires in Gaza are reflecting Putin's message, meaning that all of us are who are calling for a ceasefire are in essence calling on the phone, getting the red phone, saying, Putin, what should we do? Should we get people out on the streets? And literally responding to that. Meaning it's not enough that we see the death and destructions. It's not enough that we see our president coddling Netanyahu. It's not enough that we send our tax money for it to actually be used in killing and maiming close to 30,000 Palestinians in Gaza, demolishing homes, bombing hospitals, schools, cutting funding for UNRWA. Long and behold, Nancy Pelosi comes out from her upper crusted mansion to tell us that we're speaking or reflecting or getting commands from Putin. But today, as protesters are actually outside of her home, she actually goes fully racist, fully ignorant, saying to protesters outside, go back to China where your headquarters is. How is that not anti-Asian, anti-Chinese, and literally being a despicable reflection of the attitude and perspective of this out-of-touch democratic leadership? And I put leadership between two quotation marks. The fact that you fundraise does not really account for leadership. The fact that you're out of touch, 80% of the Democratic base wants a ceasefire. Republicans actually are in the majority wanting a ceasefire in terms of the population. But no, not rather than responding. You could say, I'm committed to Israel, which you did. I'm getting money from AIPAC, which you do. I am really speaking with Netanyahu on the phone. He's telling me the priorities. I'm consulting with the ADL. I'm consulting with JCRC, Jewish Community Relations Council. I'm trying to keep step with Zionism and all the needs of Israel. That would be a much better defense than saying it's Putin or now going fully anti-Asian by saying to the protesters, go back to China. And what's wrong if somebody wants to actually go back to China or not go to China? It's none of your business. You are actually an employee of the American public. You should reflect American priority and the Democratic base that is calling on you and Biden to actually call for a ceasefire. We'll remember in November.